Hello, dear Sound family. I am very happy to join you today for another episode, the fourth one of Develop Your Extrasensory Perceptions. We'll go further and further. Step to step, you will learn a lot how to develop your extrasensory perception. That's means to connect to your guide. That's means to see the invisible world. That means to have the abilities to increase, to give information to the united field of consciousness. That's tremendous work to do, that tremendous realization for you to go through, that a tremendous realization for you to open your heart to all that and to open your conscience to all that. And you'll see the border between the worlds will become thinner and thinner, so that at the time you will be part totally of the whole, and even your conscious will be totally. And that's something fantastic in everyday life, to be conscious of everything, so even so the multiverse. But we'll go in that further. So let's go to the today episode. So episode 4 now. Yeah, already the 4. You've been working a lot with the 3 first episodes. I've seen you. You are interested, and a lot of people are working onto that. I can see that to the number of subscribers that I brought to my channel. That's really something incredible. So I will do my best to give you all this information in this very simple way, so that everybody can appropriate it to himself or ourselves, whatever the gender is, but so that everybody can use this information freely. Okay, let me share the screen with you. 1 minute, first I have to choose my image. That's maybe a little bit the emotion to speak to you again. That's something fantastic for me. Okay, then here we are. Episode 4, Develop Your Extrasensory Perception, how to identify your guides of light and receive their message. I've done some things as we have done with Inner Tradition and Fin Dawn, the books that is called the Great Illustrated Book of the Light Beings, because we want to share our knowledge of all the different peoples, of all the different qualities of light beings, and we want you to have an overview about them, about their families. How are they going on? What's going on with the inner earth people? What's going on with the galactic people? What's going on with the dragons? What's going on with the Buddhas? And thus, what's going on with the saints? What's going on with the ascended masters? They are all a family. That's a whole family. And we have to have an overall view all over them, so to be able to go from one world to another world. And your guides will come back from lots of different origins. You can have a nature spirit as guide, you can have an animal spirit as guide, you can have an archangel, you can have Mary, is this Mary, if you want to do it like that, and you can have Galactic as a guide, you can have Melchizedek, you can have Padre Pio, you can have Mother, and so many peoples who can be your guides. So today the goal is for you to know a little bit more how to recognize I as real, to recognize who is your guide, from which family is he coming. I will do my best because there are so many, but that will give you an overview on how we work to define exactly, the more you will go into it, who are your guides. So let's start. I know that you are waiting for me to get started. So okay, first step, key 1, develop your extrasensory perception. Key 1, identify your guides of light family. I can go immediately to identify your guides. As I told you, there are so many saints, there are so many Melchizedeks. If we look at the 12 Mayan stars, there are 12 of them. If we look at the 24 elders, or the 24 wise, there are 24 of them. If we look at the Ascended Master, there is an incredible number of them. It's like the archangels and so on. So for now on, for today, we will go mainly or identify your guides of light family, and I will give you a very, very, very powerful tool to go with that. Let's go. And the tool will come from my books, that will be released on October 6th by Inner Tradition, the Great Books of the Enlightened Beings. And you can already be ready to get it. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with the first image. Okay. Call upon one of your guides now. So what I'm going to propose to you, so that first of all, close your eyes, just open your heart, and just receive all the love of the world, of the love, the unconditional love that you can give to yourself, so that your heart be fully open. And in that state, be in vibration resonance with all of your cells in your body, with all of your DNA, so that you will be fully love. Just breathe in and exhale very slowly this feeling of love in your belly and in all parts of your body. Just breathe in again from this feeling of love. Just go through your belly. Just again inhale and then exhale, and just let this love flow into your outside aura. And then now you are ready to receive your guides. So just let's call for saying one of your guides to start with, and just ask him to come by near you. It may look to you as a familiar presence, as something that you know already, because he's accompanying you since a very long time, maybe since anterior life you don't know about. And here I am, you can see pictures of me a few years ago, and I am with Master Saint Germain, so that you can see he's a master of the purple flame, which is a very powerful tool to clean the human energies and also the land energies and sacred sites energies. So, okay, he's one of my guides. And so take time to feel your guide. You don't know yet if it is an archangel, if he is an inner earth being, so he is maybe an archangel or dragon, or maybe he is Mary or Christ or Mary Magdalena. You don't know still yet, but I will give you a tool to recognize to start with, in which family he belongs. So let's take time. You feel your guide. Really, he's there always with you. So, as I told you, the tool we've developed for Inner Traditions and Findon, and for our books still to be released, it's those kind of drawings. We call that biometers in some way. It can be used like that. So biometers, is a tool that you can move through with a pendulum or with your hands, as I will show you later, and you can have an answer to what's going on here. So I show you the picture of what is a high council of light. So for you to see it better, I propose to you to do that, to change Okay, that's a little bit bigger. That's a high council of light. Here there is a fundamental notion that is presented to you. You see, all the light beings are communicating in a circle. That's their way of beings. That's not a hierarchical ways where there are spirit natures, human, angels, archangels, Melchizedek, Elohim, and so on. No, that's not that at all. Because the hierarchical ways is the way of the societies, and we don't want the way of the society because we know that's when societies are based on a hierarchical means of communicating, of beings between the people. That means that all the energies from the grounds go to the top to a few elites people, the few chosen somewhere. So it doesn't fit my conception of the world, and it doesn't fit the conception of the world, of the universe, of the light beings. So they told us with my wife and I, that they unite in the circle. That's always their main structure. So that's why they are presented all in circle. And there are high council in each family. You do have a high council. So for example, here you can see there is a high council of light of the 12 archangels, council of light of the dragons, the council of light of the 24 spirit animals, plants, minerals, the council of light of the nature spirits. There are Christ and Mary Magdalena. There are Isis Mary to the center with his heart, who is harmonizing all the high council of light. There is a council of light of the 7 Kumara, of the 24 Buddhas and Taras, on the 24th sense. There is a council of light of the 24 angels, and so on and so on. And the main characteristic of the books that will be released on October 6th, it's that each of these high council is described in the book, so you can find who are the members of each one of those of these councils. But for now, it's already a first step to go into to find out to which family your guides belong. So that's why I show you. So from that tool, because that's really a fantastic tool, that's a tool for consciousness, but that's also a tool for you to find out who your guides are. I am going to show you how to use it to find out in each family your guides are. So let me take a moment. Okay, here we come back to what we've seen before. And then we go there. You see, and see, that's learn how to use it and stay. What I propose to you, it's for you to stay hard connected to your guide because you want to know to which family he belongs to. So you stay connected to him. For me, I'm going to stay connected to Master Saint Germain. I know already, but if I didn't know, I stay connected to my guide. And I will sweep across the biometer with my hand. You know, it's like in kinesiology, you know, you have your body, which is really cool and that can stop, that doesn't obey to your willingness. It just flow freely, your body and your hand. So you will have to move your hand around the biometer with your palm facing downward. Why your palm is facing downward? Because while you are rotating clockwise, at the time you will feel a stop. And this part of your body is much more sensible. So when you arrive to the family of your guide, there will be a column of light that will stop your hand and that you will feel in the palm of your hand. So that's why I ask you to move your hand around the biometer, so you can do that onto your screen, and maybe you can we can come back to the bigger versions, but I want to show you the next step, so we'll do it on the bigger versions, so you will see much more which family your guide is belonging. And so the next step will be this one. And in this one, you see, when you arrive to your guide's family, there is a column of light just coming on. And so your hands will stop there. You will feel kind of resistance going on. And so it's there. So let's try it. So it will gently stop your hand, this column of light. No pendulum needed. Here you are directly connected to your heart and your intuitions, because you must know that the use of a pendulum, that can be a step in the way of developing your extrasensory perception. That's always an external tool to yourself in which you are giving all your truth. But the main goal of working into that and with the tools that I will give to you and that I am giving to you, is to gain your own truth, confidence, and to be really confident in what your heart and intuitions tell you. So if you begin to use your body and be confident by the answer you have with your body, you will become much more I would say psychic than if you don't. Because I've seen people using pendulum, but they didn't feel anything because they give all their power to the pendulum. So you have to retrieve your power. So that's why I propose you to use your hand, because with your hand, when your hand will stop onto the column of light, you will have also some physical perception associated to it. It could be a small in your hand that can be to throw some things. Maybe some people feel something arriving on your head, whatever. You have to feel what is your body answer to find that you have find out the good answers. And that's something with that you will go through more and more. So let's try now. Let me give you the bigger version. Yeah, okay, this one. So you can now begin to, don't forget the palm of your hand, go clockwise. And so you are in connection with your guide by the heart. And then there you have your hand following the circle. And then at a time, there will be a column of light just coming out from the families to which your guides belong. And then you will feel a resistance. Then that's the place where your hands will stop. Now, for me on, I am to the place of it's not written. I don't write all of them, but for me, I know that I am at the place where the ascended masters are. So with that, you will find a place where your guides, where the family of your guides here. Okay? So if you have a doubt, just try it again. And you have your hands maybe which will stop on two circles, and you don't know exactly which one is it. So let's come back to your guides, because he will give you the answer. Okay, so I have to come back to the main presentation. Key 2, identify your guide of light. So now you have identified your family of light. There are so many beings into your family of light that you can't know exactly who is it, but that's already not too bad. And maybe you do have intuition of who is it, so you can confirm it. So for example, your guide can be Isis Mari, it can be Archangel Metatron, or it can be Master Saint-Germain. So it can be confirmed by your intuition. And I give you a good way. Your guide can also be, for example, Christ and Mary Magdalena, both this fantastic couple, on the wolf spirit, an animal spirit, or he can be a wise being from Arcturus. Now, the third step is to communicate with your guide, so to have an answer to what's your intuition, and by using these biometers, you have found out. So receive their message. But first of all, before receiving the message of your guide, because communicating, I want you to be in a very special state, a state where your state of consciousness has changed, where you are really in your divine self, in your true self, completely aligned without any veils between you and your divine self. So we will practice both the techniques that I have developed, which is called the earth breath. That's techniques that I use a lot. It's really a fantastic one. I invite you to practice it every day at every time, very often, until you master it completely after you incarnate in some ways. Okay, let me, what's happening? Okay, just let me share. Okay, these techniques go. So now let's be in a special state of mind, special state of conscious, our divine one, our true conscious, to receive the message of our guide. So let's close your eyes. Just be in a state of love, pure love, unconditional love. And just inhale this love, this full love into all of your lungs. And then exhale, go through the diaphragm into your belly and feed your belly until it becomes round and circle and pure love. And then inhale from your belly through your diaphragm, and then go to your heart and make the connections and fill in your lungs fully, and then exhale slowly all the love you do have coming from the light, and then through your diaphragm into your belly's again. And then while exhaling, just add to these feelings to the belly more than love, feelings of security, total security. Okay, and then breathe in love and security through the diaphragm. Connect to the heart. Inhale, fill in your lungs, and just exhale through your diaphragms. Go to your belly, love and security, and down. Just make a stop there. Exhaling, inhaling at your own rhythm. And then feel your first chakra opening. And then let the flow of the earth energies come inside yourself. There are healing flows, there are awakening flows, that's Goddess Earth. And really they are in resonance fully with who you truly are. And so inhale from these earth energies, go through your bellies, your diaphragm, and just come back to your heart and fill in your lungs fully, and just exhale, diaphragm, belly, and come back to your first chakra, and then to the connection of the earth. And then take a time in inhaling and exhaling at your own rhythm into the earth frequencies and vibrations. And then at the time you will feel the connection of the earth with everything that is alive, the plant, the tree, the spirit natures, the sky, the sun, the winds, and so on, every human beings. Here you are connected fully because you are fully open. And here, in this state of consciousness, there is no more veils between you and your divine self, so just inhale these feelings of being the wool from the earth go through your belly, your diaphragm, into your lungs, fill in your lungs, connect to your heart, to your love, and then exhale slowly. And in all of your light bodies around you, and then inhale and exhale these feelings of being whole, of feeling in your true self, in all of your DNA cells in all of your DNA and in all your cells. And just in this state of conscious, now you can really communicate with the guides that are around you. That's much more easy to receive in this state of consciousness. That was the techniques that I've developed to know really what's our true nature is. It's so our true nature. And then now you can just use the techniques I've taught you. You find out which family belongs, your guides belong. So now you have to be sure who is it. If you have some intuition, I've told you, so I gave you some examples. Marie's Archangel Metatron, it can be Archangel Gabriel's, Raphael, or it can be a dragon's, or it can be Marie Magdalena, or it can be a member of the 12 Marial stars, like Mahananda Moyi, like Mother, and so on. So whatever, if you have an intuition, you can use these techniques to have the answers about having a precision of who your guide here and receiving his message, because it is possible that in the state of mind you receive some sentence, you receive some things, but don't think you will receive them telepathically. You will receive them as frequencies. And then, as a whole, when you accept to receive it by all those other means that the one of your physical bodies, you will receive a lot of information, and only a few of this information will have a need to arrive to your brain and to be translated into words. So let's go into that, because everybody receives, but not wait to get telepathic communication. That's just frequencies communications. Telepathic would involve the brain to decrypt it. That's not that. So now you want to know who your guide is, now that you know his family. So just call him, just ask him to come by in yourself, so you can feel really your density is becoming lighter. You are not submitted to the gravity force. Your brain is much more clear, and you have all your perception getting brighter and so on. So really, he there, your guide, is in you. So you can feel him. And if you have the intuition, for example, I know that's one of my guide is Marie. Okay, are you, Marie, one of my guide? Marie is staying in me. So that's a yes. And to the answer of my question, I can really feel my heart and my aura expanding. So that's really a yes. If it was no thing, for example, I can ask, I saw Mahananda Moyi is one of my guide, one of the 12 Marial stars, but not always. So I may have to find out somebody who is not really one of my guides. That's difficult, because I work with so many light beings. Let's start somebody that I know is not at all one of my guide. Of my main guide, who is there very often. So saying Archangel Raphael, for example, are you one of my main guide, for example? So he leave immediately my body. So I know that's no. If it's sorry, are you not one of my main guides? So he's not, no, are you one of my main guide? And then Archangel Raphael leave immediately my body to the answer. So the answer of the question when your guide leave your body, it's a no. That means it's a no. And you can feel it because you are submitted to the force of gravity again. You are becoming organic, you are becoming human again. So by this means of just asking to your guide to come into yourself, if you stay while you are answering the questions with answer will be yes or no. If it stay in yourself, the answer is yes. And so you really feel you are expanding, your heart expanding. If it goes outside of yourself and you feel again all your human natures coming back, that's mean that it's a no. Okay, that's a very good way to precise who your guide here. So I hope you did have some good information about that you have maybe a much more overview of the tremendous amounts of the number of light family there are, how many high council and council of light there are. So you've seen there are Melchizedek, there are the Marian being, there are the Sephirah, there are the saints, there are the nature spirits, galactics, inner earth people, infra earth people, and so on. So there are so many of them, but we'll go slightly into them so that you will learn to know more and to have much more conscious about them. So don't hesitate to pre-order my books, which will be published on the 6th of October. You find it out on the site of Inner Tradition, the great illustrated books of the light beings. Then don't hesitate to train to what I'm giving to you, because really you can make very, very big progress, great progress, and very fast, because there is an opening currently with the portals of the solstice of the 21st of June. We are on the way of the great portals where really you can make progress really fast right now. And it's a period where the united field of consciousness has been consequently and fully fed by a lot of information, so you have access to a lot consciousness. Okay, go ahead with that. See you soon. Don't hesitate to subscribe if you don't know the channel. I will be pleased to be with you. Much more to share with you. Next time, we will see how to communicate with the deceased one. That's something that's very interesting, and that I will illustrate with some tales, and very touching tales, emotional tales about the deceased one. And some tales are funny also. So see you next time for how to develop your extrasensory perception. Episode 5, it will be about how to communicate with your deceased ones. Bye bye. See you soon. I love you.